Thank you for letting me scream into the mic first, Jake.
Wait, I had to give you your turn, and then I took my turn. That's how we do it. High five.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, high five.
You went first. You went early. You had to wait till the camera started going down.
Well, I waited, so.
I'm impatient.
And we are Sonic Heroes. Hey there, audience. How's it going? Oh, I have a question for you guys. Do you believe in over animation in anime?
What do you mean? Do you want to elaborate on that?
Like when you're watching a fight scene and the camera just doing a bunch of jujitsu flips and tricks, and then like there's a bunch of flashy shit, and you can barely tell what's happening. But
I don't really like that most of the time. It depends on the show. Most of the time, I do not like that.
I mean, it just reminds me of those old kung fu movies where like they do those over dramatic, like long sequence fight scenes. You know.
Well, the difference is I know what I'm looking at.
That's kind of animated though. That's just a long fight scene.
Yeah, I'm just saying as an example, like, you know, that's the equivalent to me, you know,
the live action equivalent. You're saying,
yeah.
I think anime people are getting mad because they're like, why are you mad at the Austin? You'll know this fight, the Luffy versus Kazuro fight. Kazaru? Is that?
Oh no, that's why I said yeah. So One Piece is usually story over fights, so the anime likes to add a lot of stuff. The problem with the One Piece anime is that they add too many effects. You can't see what the fuck is happening.
Right.
And they would save Zoro, who's the swordsman in One Piece. There's a scene where he pulled out his sword. He activates his power. In the manga, it's a little lightning strike. But in the anime, the black lightning strike from his sword is like covering his face. You can't even see him.
Dude, One Piece is
so imagine that for every fight scene, every moment is over affected. You can't see the choreography, none of that stuff.
That I can agree with One Piece specifically because god dang it, hockey is basically Super Saiyan mode at this point in the One Piece universe. I'm like, okay, I don't need to see the lightning flashing, the glowing aura around you. I mean, come on, this is straight up.
Yeah, I think I was watching this fight. Now, keep in mind, I don't watch One Piece, but like sometimes, you know, I check in on my boys, and I'm watching this fight with like Luffy versus again, his name is like Kizaru. Is that his name?
Kizaru. Yep.
Yeah,
Kizaru.
And so they're fighting, and the camera is like, I don't know how to explain. There's like a scene where like Luffy's like dodging in between attacks, but I can't really appreciate it because the camera's moving too much and it's covering. And there's moments where like Kizaru, I can't see Luffy dodge and shit like that. Or there's like the one where Kizaru's flying back. And he's shooting some lasers out of his hands, but instead of us following the lasers to Luffy, it zooms in on his eye or some shit. Like, why am I looking at his eye? Like, how does this help the effect?
No. So that's actually how One Piece does light speed a lot of times. So the show that is so fast, you see him launch the attack, and then you see the attack usually land.
It cuts to his eye though.
So, I know what you're talking about because he gets thrown. And he does the light attack, and they showed Luffy reacting to it because he'd never been able to react to it before, and that wasn't important. Him turning around and looking at it.
Oh no,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about when it zooms in on Kizaru. It's a brief thing. Maybe we're talking about the same thing. Maybe we're not. But it's like as he shoots it,
before he did the attack, when he zoom in on his eye like a rainbow effect.
Yeah, and it cuts to Kizaru's eye himself. I'm like, why am I looking at his eye? What is it? He shot the attack. I should be following it to Luffy. That's why.
They're just them doing stuff.
Yeah, and then I see people praise it for being like great animation. I'm like, I mean, it's a lot of work. I don't know if it's all necessary. I can't even tell what's happening. Sometimes it's not that.
Because the way Vincent animates it now, he wants you to like dissect the scene. So say like the scene when Kizaru first shoots that laser, he comes back. When you see Luffy dodge it, if you pause it, you'll see Luffy literally lay on Kizaru and go to sleep. And like dumb shit like that. Because Gear 5 and Looney Tunes stuff that they want you to actually like look at the frames and everything, what's happening to see like how much bullshit he's doing mid-fight. I know I don't like that style, and since they've been doing it, but people really like it. They like all the freeze frames, all the other dumb shit they've been getting from it.
Well, I think anime fans are fighting back, honestly, because I see some people being like, "Yeah, this is like overly animated," and I kind of agree. So.
Jake, funny that you should mention that because wasn't there something online that's saying that they were going to go back to the Fisherman Island arc, Austin, and redo some of the?
They already did that. That was over.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they already did it. It's over.
I would think like at that point, why don't you just go back to Marine Ford and have everybody have armor hockey at that point, you know? So
No,
right.
they did. Well, no. Well, Marine Ford was supposed to, but the Fisherman Island arc they did only because the anime was on a break and they didn't want to lose One Piece content.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I think.
Sense, I guess.
Yeah, I think what I said is like that's all cool. Like you want to show off your cool frames and everything, but I'm watching an animation. I that's cool for like a video. Like if a YouTuber goes in like, oh look at this cool shit. I mean, there's tons of videos that do that, but like I don't want to do that while I'm watching I want to enjoy what I'm looking at, and then if I stop, I'll be like, yeah, that was. Oh, I didn't notice that little detail. I don't want to have to be like, damn, I gotta pause the frame just to notice Luffy doing a thing that we should be able to notice for the character. How on top of it was, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, so yeah,
get used to it, buddy. You ready to learn Chinese?
Well, yeah.
So, what's going on, audience? We're trying a little something new by starting an hour early. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, all right,
will Mike Ross be free? Some of you already know. I haven't seen the season of Suits. I mean, I've seen other seasons, but I haven't seen this one. So I don't know.
And will me and Austin be dead by the end of this live stream? We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Our second topic is coming. Kill me in the first place.
Doom is coming.
It's not going to be because of Doom. It's not going to be because of Doom. It's going to be because of white people. White people nonsense.
Wow.
You'll figure it out why. I will tell you why.
Okay.
Doom is here. All right. Well,
I wish Doom was here. At least it would be more interesting.
All right. Well, let's. We may not have Doom for the audience, but we do have Fanatics. So let's get on with the show. So
yeah, Fanatics, let's go.
Gotcha. All right, so welcome to Comic Fanatic Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here with me, Kurt Zeker 415. You know the deal. We'll save my intro for tomorrow. So yeah.
And you're with me, Jake Tylenol, and I'm here to say if everything is animated, nothing's animated.
All right, a syndrome. I'm pretty sure the references.
Yeah.
Ricky Wall here. Oh, Mike Ross go to jail, bro.
He's your boy. How'd you turn on Mike? How'd you turn on Mike in an episode? You was your boy.
I want Krypton. Look, because of what this man did. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, and a lot of lawsuits and stuff that can be thrown out the window. This man could potentially ruin thousands of lives. He needs to go to jail.
For the fate of the country, Mike Ross has to go to
jail. Anyways, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he. And if you have not seen what Pietro Maximoff in the mangaverse looks like, be warned. He's fucking ugly. Not a surprise, because they always do this to him, but he's fucking ugly. And he looks like he looks like Puck from Gargoyles, but if he was anorexic. There you go.
But his name is Pietro, okay? There's only so much.
And if you go see what he looks like, you're gonna be like, ew.
Exactly.
Emphasizing
like I said, he looks like Puck from Gargoyles with anorexia. Like I have evidence.
Gotcha. Sounds like they're emphasizing the PA and Pietro.
There is no A in Pietro.
Well, there is now. But together we form the Fanatics and we talk about the news and reviews of the weeks. And on our Monday nights, our oh so special Monday nights, we talk about the media news. We got ourselves a doozy of an episode today. As you can see by our thumbnail, we'll be talking about the Predator and him killing the Marvel Universe. Oh, that must be an OP Predator. That must be an OP Predator. Okay. Next, we have Superman and the Justice Gang. I don't know what that shit's about, but we'll find out. Fantastic Four coming at you twice in one episode. Will I finally be able to expose Reed Richards for the maniac, the fraud, the myth that he is? We'll find out. We also have a bunch of socials that, usually that's what Witch does. Is Witch here today? I'm not sure.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was having a great nap. Okay, that's all I have to say on that. But anyways, I can put that aside for now, and I'll put down my chopsticks from the food I was eating because I now have food to eat. I know, surprising. Oh my god, shocker. Anyways, yeah, please subscribe to us because we are almost at 100 subscribbles. So if you want to be ever so kind, do that. You can also follow us on Twitter at Comic Phanatic 69 with a PH. Remember, guys, it's with a PH, not an F. PH. And if you don't want to follow the whole squad, because I get it, and you want to just follow little old me because you like to hear my nasally ass voice sometimes, you could follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch at Witch of Jotunheim with 2 underscores for spaces. You can figure out where those go. Wink wonk. You can follow me on Tumblr and Blue Sky at Northstar Aria. You can follow me on Rednote / Xiaohongshu at Witch of Jotun with a U this time. And if you want to buy me a coffee and be so kind, you can support me on coffee at Witch of Jotunheim, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, you can see me post random stuff on all my socials. I do post stuff on there. Wait till you find out about the 2 different Cyclopses that are very similar, but completely different from their 616 counterparts. Wink.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there we go.
All right, then. I guess with that, you guys want to get to the topics?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off with the first topic of the night, audience. Who wants to announce this one?
We're bringing back the prequel comics for the MCU with the Fantastic Four First Steps prequel comic.
Unfortunately, it has to be with Reed Richards.
No. Fuck them and fuck this. Because when I brought up the prequel comics for Black Widow or whatever fuck movie we were talking about, they just it was Captain America. They went against the prequel comics they made when it was convenient. So I'm putting no stock in this bullshit. You shouldn't either.
I only have one of them, and I think it was from Infinity War, like the Infinity War prequel comic. It's been a while since I've read it, but yeah, I get why they're making these for MCU fans, not really comic book fans, but I don't know too many MCU people who are gonna be reading these comics.
Yeah, I know. It's a novel. It's one of those novelty books, I guess, where, Marvel just wants to hope that the advertisement of, hey, this is the origins of the MCU Fantastic Four comic MCU audience. So go pick it up.
It's probably not even going to fit the vibe, fit the rest of the movie.
Yeah, is it going to really involve, is it really going to be touched upon the actual MCU canon? Most likely not. These are just the things you have to deal with when it comes to multiple writers, So, I mean, I think the last
apparently it's supposed to be. Apparently, it's canon, but it's cribbing because
canon.
I know you feel about spoiling and stuff, but we do know the first 5 minutes is supposed to be a montage of their first 4 years, and it's just one adventure in their first 4 years that's going to be shown in the montage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it sounds like this comic is just going to be an expanded version of a 5-minute sequence,
Yeah, so all you Mole Man fans, based on the cover, I guess we'll get Mole Man those first 5 minutes.
What? Wait, what? No. Don't waste Mole Man on this comic. If you waste him here, in that case, you're telling me he's not going to be in the MCU then. What? No.
Was there for 0.5 seconds in the movie?
Oh. I'd rather them save Mole Man for an actual full-on appearance. What's this talk about bringing Red Ghost in? Nobody knows who Red Ghost is. Everybody knows who Mole Man is. The dude's a legend in the monster community, So, yeah.
If you say so.
Let's see. What else could we dissect from this topic?
Not much, really.
Yeah. Honestly, the last time I saw a prequel comic to an event to the MCU that I kind of enjoyed was when we were learning what happened with War Machine during Avengers 1. He was out looking for the Mandarin. Remember at the time it was played by Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't there in New York fighting. So Okay, that makes more sense. I can't. Aside from that Black Widow comic where she went to retrieve the leader, I don't think I've really seen any prequel comic to the MCU really, how can I say this, enjoyable. Like I never saw them as really all that great. They were just mainly novelties. So yeah. Oh, wait. I could think of one good comic, one good prequel comic. It was actually with Captain America: The First Avenger. It showed Peggy Carter being the one to have saved Erskine from the Red Skull. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So, any thoughts?
I'm
Any
about to
final
say, bro,
thoughts on this
stop yapping and let me in. I've been here for the whole time.
I let you in.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
But
See,
I would say the best
Austin-
one was Fury's Big Week, and they retconned it in Captain America, so it doesn't fucking matter.
But it's also
what can you do?
semi-canon according to What If.
It's canon until it's not. So
That's what I'm saying.
that's
Like
just the rule.
people talking about, well, it's just a prequel comic. Like all they had to do to fix it was say one line. Black Widow brought him in, and we just moved him to the Curtis facility, and I used them. She ain't know.
Mm-hmm.
So we took him to the raft, and I put him into his own thing. That's all it takes.
Yeah, there's that too. So, yeah. Again, you can pick it up, audience, if you want to or not. They'll give you a good recap in 5 minutes. So, what would you say? Yeah, here's fun food for thought. Would you spend $5 on something that'll already be explained for 5 minutes?
Well, if you just want to
Yeah,
taste.
because it's actually a fleshed out version of that. So it's gonna be the movie gonna have a montage. They're not gonna focus on that. So if you like the Mole Man and you want to see their first interaction with him in that universe, then yeah, buy the comic.
Okay. We'll see. So, all right then, you guys. Any final
That's
thoughts on this
assuming the
before we
cover isn't a lie and not just a reference.
I'll be more happy if it's just like a little teaser of Mole Man. Just have one of his moloids come out. Don't actually show Mole Man yet. Save that for his big appearance, So,
Give him this. He's gonna be the star of the
What
show.
big appearance? This universe isn't going to exist.
for when we
Whatever
actually
Mole
see
Man we officially truly get is not going to be the same one you see in this movie.
Well, okay, there's that. But no, I just want when he actually makes his movie debut,
Keep yapping for like 30 more seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, that comic where Peggy Carter was saving Erskine from the Red Skull's hotel castle. That was pretty awesome. Audience, go watch that. So other prequel comic, that was good.
You can You can stop yapping.
Okay, all right. So I guess with that, we should probably move on then. So, Raven.
Oh God. Okay, so we're getting an American, allegedly, live action Kakaguri movie on Netflix or show or whatever the fuck it is. When we already have a live action Kakaguri movie, I think it's a movie, right? I don't remember. We have a live action Kakaguri already. This is literally the American live action Death Note movie all over again.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has seen it, I'm sorry. I've seen it too. I wish I could gouge my eyes out.
Leave White Turner alone.
No, I'm gonna shit on him as much as I want, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I watched this trailer like I think like sometime last week, and I just was like, "Who are you people?" They didn't even try. They didn't even try to make them look like the actual characters, besides like one or two of them.
Cryptid.
Yeah.
There's a character who looks like a little girl in an orange jumper.
Mm-hmm.
With
and like a big orange jumper. They cast her as a gay guy, I think. And like a tall gay dude.
With a hat. With like a white fluffy
And it's
hat.
no problem with him being gay, but it was just like, why did you randomly make that super huge change for this character?
Oh
Oh
my
my god,
god.
there's another character
They
who
want-
has an affinity
they
for
want-
pain, which is
Yeah.
putting it very slimly, and she wears an eye patch and everything, and she has a very distinctive look.
Yeah.
The only thing they kept was the eye patch out of that
Okay.
entire character design. Like, I'll send you a picture of
Mhm.
what a lot of these characters were supposed to look like versus
Mhm.
how they actually look, because
Yeah.
oh my goodness, it's not good.
Wow. I mean,
Long story
going
short,
back-
watch the Japanese live action, and then you can watch the Japanese live action sequel that came out in 2021.
Mhm.
For real.
Yeah.
That's
I
you
just-
can use that way more in your time. Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
getting the
all
photos
good.
right now, because
It's all
like
just-
it's like there's one character cryptid who has white hair with blue lipstick on, right? Which
Okay.
is a pretty distinctive design. They did not even try to make even have her wear a wig. Here, I just sent the
Wow.
pictures.
This sounds like
That
one
character has a character who looks just like her, but wears a mask, and they gave her one of those fake COVID masks, bro, instead of a full mask.
Oh dang.
They didn't
Okay.
even attempt to make these characters look like the characters.
Okay, I'm looking at the picture you sent, which man, this
Both
kind of
of them.
sounds like the people that were in charge of this adaptation didn't even bother wanting to read the source material. It kind of
No,
feels
like
like
the
that.
anime is right there. There's
Yeah.
2 seasons of the anime. Like,
Mhm. It
I
kind
don't-
of, yeah, it kind of reminds me of that when they tried making Halo into a series, and the creative team behind it literally said, "Yeah, we didn't really delve into the games."
no,
they didn't make Halo. They tried to make Mass Effect, Stargate, whatever, and said it was Halo or whatever. That was awesome.
No,
Sounds like
this is
crazy.
literally just the American live action Death Note situation all over again.
Yeah,
Wow.
the director
It's
watched
just
the
as
series.
bad as
He
some-
knows what it's supposed to be like, but he acted
Mhm.
like this is going to be our version. He's changing it for the sake of changing it, not because he doesn't
Wow.
understand.
Ah, okay. Well,
I don't. And this kind of stuff just pisses me off. They already made a live
Yeah.
action, regardless on how you feel
It
about
does.
the live action. And the
It-
Japanese live action version, all the characters, like 90%, like 90% of their designs look exactly like how they're supposed to look. With
I
like
feel like-
slight different differentiations.
I feel like when you're in a genre of movies that has a poor reputation, you kind of lose the right to say I'm going to do my own thing. You know what I mean? I feel like at some point you got to be one of the people be like, you know what, fuck my vision. I gotta make it honorable to the source material, because this genre has been getting the shit kicked out of them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you will hope like a lot of people in the creative department would hold up to those standards, Jake. All right.
Like it's
Mhm.
not good. Like I already have a
Like,
feeling that this
when-
is gonna be really, really bad. And I feel
Yeah.
like I only watched the first season of Kakaguri, so
Mhm.
yeah, but even
Yeah.
then I'm like, I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah. Because you gotta ask yourself, right? When you do make these changes, who's benefiting at the end of the day?
No one's
Is it the-
benefiting from this.
Exactly. You're not winning in any
And it's also-
road you're crossing. So
It's also like it's not yours either.
Mhm.
So it's like, this is like it's not like Marvel or DC where there's like 100 years of work to pick from. It's like this is like one person's story. So like
This is one person's story that's still very like new in the grand
So-
scheme of things.
so it's like looking at someone else's story. It's like, nah, I'm gonna like fundamentally change it. It's just like kind of weird to me. I don't think that should be. It's
Like I wouldn't have been super harsh on the fact that they like changed like the races or like maybe gender bend them, but make the characters look like the characters for once, like aesthetically at least. Like going back to the American Death Note one, I want to go on that. Like I didn't care that they made L black. I did not give a shit. However, L was not acting like himself. No one in that movie was acting like themselves besides Ryuk.
Wow.
And that really showed.
It sounds like they.
I can't get behind the gender bend in this one specifically, because the way they handle gender roles in this bet situation is like a big part of the show. How the guys, basically if you go into debt, you basically become a slave.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
And for a man and for a girl that has like two different implications. And they actively show you that in like episode 3 or 4.
God dang. All right.
So so changing the dynamics, because eventually most of these characters, like all the characters that you see in this poster, are going to lose. So you put them in debt, and basically start gender bending them. You kind of change their reason for being like their reason for responding to their loss the way they end up doing, and their reason for change in a lot of situations.
Also, I'm kind of curious because I don't plan on watching this, but I'm kind of curious on how they're gonna do all of like the weird. How do I put this? Would it be sexual? Well, that's the term I'm using. Like the borderline
100% they're going to take out all the weird sexual tension in a lot of these bets. They 100% they're taking it out.
Oh yeah. If you're talking about American,
which is
if you're talking about
I'm not
American
saying it's a big
Adaptation,
part of
definitely.
it, but it does show the psyche of some of these characters. Anyways, I'm not gonna watch this. I know that like 95% of Kakaguri fans are not gonna watch this. And yeah, I'm not doing this shit again. Stop doing this.
If it makes it big on TikTok, I'll check it out. I think it'll be funny.
Cancel it. I don't want to see it. Cancel it. Burn it with fire. And keep in mind, I'm not hating on any of the actors. I'm just saying, burn it with fire.
Gotcha. But alright then. I guess with that, we should probably move on to the next topic, guys. So, all right.
Okay. Predator Badlands. First hunt, last chance. So the reason I put this on here is mainly because so the trailer is interesting. We, for the first time, scripted, we are following a predator just straight up. No human. There will be an android later in the movie, but no human.
Okay.
None.
Okay.
The android is from Weyland Yutani, so that's the Alien franchise, confirming that these two are back in the same universe again.
Okay.
But the reason that I brought this up, so there was the moment we got this poster, people were already rage baiting for no reason. They're accusing the main character of being a female Yacha girl boss thing. Because the way, because of the way he looked, but really it's just an adolescent predator. This is a runt of a litter who's like 13, 14. I think he killed the first monster yet.
Okay.
But people saw the design and immediately just ran with all this hate to get the video and stuff downvoted before they even found out anything about the movie.
Wow. So wait, just to clarify, because I only saw like the trailer like about 20 minutes ago, right? So what?
Yeah.
Is that female predator? No, just based on first design.
It's a male young predator. I just said it.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah.
It's a male adolescent who's like 13 or 14. He's the runt of the litter, so he hasn't fully developed. He's still underdeveloped compared to his brothers and stuff and his elder, who you see in the trailer. But he is going on his own mission to try to prove himself to his family and to his father. And that's why you see him on this planet called the Death Planet. They gave it a real name, but it translates to Death Planet.
Ooh, okay.
But in his first hunt, his last chance to prove himself to be an actual predator, or whatever you want to call that, what they call it, actual blooded predator.
Okay. You see, that premise alone like sounds like it's worth a story to explore. To see like a predator's basically year one phase. So yeah. I mean, sounds intriguing. Let's see what else.
Yeah, man. Like people just randomly ran with the girl boss thing for like no reason, even though it was already confirmed it was a male. They're like, oh, look at the way they did his hair. Like that's not hair. People don't know the dreads on a predator are sensory glands, and you grow more after you're developed. This is basically like a preteen. We're looking at. And people are also mad that like Disney. Well, I won't say Disney predators, but that sounds. The current age of predators looks different from the old ones, where they're doing different breeds and different races and stuff are predators.
Yeah.
And the same way, like people have different races and dogs have different breeds. The same thing has always been the same thing with predator. If you go by the comics and stuff, they're just bringing that stuff to the movies.
Hey, I mean, if I were to recall, right, there's a lot of different factions of predators as well, you know. So imagine they all have like different styles and customs,
different breeds, different tribes, everything.
Exactly.
Please, like even like Predator 3 get like the berserkers, the all black predators, and all the other stuff. So it's not like the first time seeing a different looking predator.
That's true. That's true. And to go back to like what people it sounds like a lot of people were frustrated with like a depiction of female predator, right? At first glance, but I'll say this. Anybody who's from the predator species, you're basically born to be a badass at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Like you
I didn't get the hate for female predator, but in the lore, if they did a female predator, she will actually be bigger and stronger than the male predator. All the female predators are like big as shit, Cryptid.
Oh yeah. I would imagine so, you know. They will be hardcore, blood savage, just like the rest of the predator species, you know. So
like being sexist and about aliens is kind of weird, bro. Like I don't get that one.
I mean,
but another thing people didn't like, and I had to give them the benefit. Oh, go ahead, finish what you're saying though before I go there.
No, you go ahead.
Another thing people didn't like, and that I don't agree with, is the sword. So if you saw the trailer, you see he has a sword with like people were calling it a lightsaber. It's not a lightsaber. It looked like he has a heated edge.
Okay.
For some reason, people didn't like that. They'll call it lightsabers and stuff. Like, no, it's a heated edge of a blade. And like, it's weird seeing the Predator have all this advanced like technology. We all are mad they're making more advanced technology. Like, I don't understand people. And then
especially because they have to fight other alien races every day, and some of them get their asses whooped. So of course they're always upgrading their shit. So
yeah.
Like it's just the Predators is so weird.
Yeah, heck, we've seen predators use high-tech arrows before, right? We've seen predators use whips made out of the tails of xenomorphs, you know? So
they have a laser cannon casually in the 80s.
There's that too, you know? So I will imagine they always want to be more creative with different types of weapons that they have, you know? So
the main reason I brought that stuff up though, I really want this movie to succeed. If this movie succeeds, we will start. If this movie does great, let alone good, there's chances we'll get more movies about aliens and stuff. Just like any franchise with no main human character, we'll get it from different point of views. Think about how long it took us to get another Transformers movie just about Transformers.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many franchises that can benefit from this. Like the idea of just, let's just focus on the thing that people actually like from the start. No forced humans, no other bullshit, just this.
That's true,
so I hope this movie does well.
Yeah.
And the monster design we saw a little bit of them. They look good. I like the giant one. That was kind of scary. I don't think it was scary, but that was big as shit. I thought it was fighting Clifford for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Anyone know Clifford, the big red dog?
Yeah.
I swore I thought he was fighting Clifford in the trailer the first time I saw it.
My standard for this movie, Austin, is that it has to be better than that one Predator movie with the super soldier Predator in it. You know,
that's everybody's point of view. That's all I've seen. People say if it long as it's better than Dumb Predator, and they don't bring back the dumb thing of Predators being like, oh, we need to upgrade ourselves with humans, autism, spinal tap fluid to get stronger.
Yeah,
and then people be okay.
Oh man, I can only imagine the people who were writing the Predator were like, okay, let's make a super soldier Predator in this movie, while at the same time, let's make an Iron Man suit Predator in this movie. Like, yay, people
Yeah,
like that.
they made the Predator killer armor. And like, why would you do? If the whole point that people like is seeing how we win, why would you just give us the biggest weapon to kill them?
Oh man! Again, they were just feeding off the success of the MCU at its high point at that time. Again, Super Soldier Predator, and Iron Man Predator all in one movie. Audience, look how that turned out.
The worst part is, me and Jake were watching Predators, the third movie,
Yeah.
and they already kind of did that. That's the one where they introduced the different tribes. So you had the regular Predator that we already knew. They had the Berserker Predators who were bigger and stronger. And then you had another type of Predator who lost a 1v1 that was kind of bad to the guy with a sword. But it was funny. But like that one already was kind of doing the super soldier to like the regular soldier Predator type of feel.
Yeah.
So to watch people out their way to be like to actually make a super soldier was kind of stupid.
I know. But hey. This movie just has to be better than that one. We've seen Predator franchise at its low point, audience, and based on what I see in this trailer of the Predator Badlands, it doesn't look like it'll be sinking to that bottom again. So
I want a movie where the Predator comes to Earth to hunt the greatest predator of all time, P. Diddy.
Do
He want Predator to go up on Epstein's Island.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Where's that list? All right. But anyway, any final thoughts on this before we move on, guys?
No problem. No.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one.
No. Listen. We gotta have a conversation. They're called the Justice Gang, and their leader is black. Come on now, like, whoa.
Oh, why
come on, bro. Like, what are
that way, dude?
I can't believe you said that, Jake.
Well, I mean, like, I'm more offended, bro. And John Nolan's on the cover, and he's a cop, bro. What's he doing in the gang? What bro? I don't feel this way. Zack Snyder, Superman.
Guy Gardner in the game.
Yeah, to be fair, like out of this lineup between Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific, funny enough, Guy Gardner is the one more likely to be joining a gang. You know?
No, that's okay, but he's always going to be John Nolan to me. Underneath that face,
gotcha. But yeah, audience. So apparently, in the Superman movie, we're going to have the Justice League be referred to as the Justice Gang. I'm like, whoa.
So we're gonna be like, I don't really like this gang nonsense.
Apparently, the Justice League symbol will be like seen on some of these people, the LJ, but they're still going to be referred to the Justice Gang. So maybe that's like what people call them. Because remember, based on the trailer, them throwing bottles at Superman, they don't seem to think of these people as heroes. At least not right now.
That just
so maybe they're just the public disgracing them with this name. You're a Justice Gang. You go around beating up people and shit.
And then Superman's like, we need to be more. We need to be a league of extraordinary justice people.
They're already a league. That's what I'm saying.
Well, funny enough, I think there was already a name for this sort of route of the Justice League. It was called Justice Lords, but I guess they just want to call it gang to be more modern, I guess.
No, I think, like I said, they have the JL, so they might be the Justice Lords, whatever they want to call them. But it seems the group is funded by Maxwell Lord. They might literally be the Justice Lords. But it seems like people are calling them the Justice Gang. Like the actual people.
Dang, why do you got
like that guy with the Superman with a bottle in the back of the head, like Justice Gang? I'll make it like that.
God dang
we don't like y'all right now, call y'all the Justice Gang.
Yeah, god dang it, James going, why do you have to do my boy Guy Gardner that dirty? So
that's he's gonna get pushed out one time by Batman, okay? You know they're gonna do that.
Oh no. I was like reading an interview from the actor who plays Guy Gardner, right? I kind of like what he had to say that Guy Gardner has the will to think he can fight against Superman. Yeah. Keep in mind, like he can't fight against Superman, but he just thinks he can fight against Superman. I'm like, okay, yeah. That just shows some brass right there, you know.
No, but real shit, I'm actually excited to see him, the actor in the role, because Nathan Fillion, that's his name, because he has a great comedic timing, at least in the show I'm watching him right now, and hopefully he hasn't lost it, because I expect Guy Gardner to have like the best delivery of the jokes of the movie. So
Yeah.
So
You know what I expect of his depiction, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
He needs to have a punchable attitude.
Yeah.
Like you want to punch this guy in the face. That's the sort of person Guy Gardner is.
It's true. So, but yeah, all right. Well, you know what? We can either talk more about the positives, or we can be Snyder fans and hate on this shit nonstop, 24/7. Look at Superman's pose. Oh my god! I can't believe they film it like this,
bro. It takes heart to be like to hate for this long, bro. I kind of respect it. This some reverse flash type shit.
I don't know. You know that bad review you had on Rotten Tomatoes? That was me, James Gunn.
I just love seeing people trying to defend Jared Leto's Joker. You guys were too hard on that version of Joker from the Snyderverse. Come on,
it's like y'all could. I mean, it could come back. Like, we could do like a crisis story and bring back all these characters just like later. I mean, y'all just like bitching about something that's not going to change. Even if this fails, Zack Snyder is not coming back. It was not a successful franchise.
He might.
For a second there, I thought y'all were Snyder, bro. Oh no, I'm just playing, bro. I hate those fucking movies, bro. I hate those those movies. Welcome to the channel, Johnny Dome.
Yeah.
We talk about things sometimes.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts on this before we move on, guys?
If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like us,
supposed to subscribble. That's the term that I'm using.
Scribble.
All right. We gotta put that on a shirt one of these days.
Yeah, if we get popular enough to make merch.
Yep.
500 subscribers, I'll find a way to make it.
All right. So, all right, guys. You guys want to move on to the next topic?
Oh wait, Johnny said they make fun of Gunn being a pedo, but defend Ezra Miller. Okay, that's crazy.
Ooh, yeah, that is.
Hey, we talking about putting out that baby live in the Flash opening scene. So,
just tell y'all, audience, I only saw Flashpoint once in my life, and that was more than enough.
I've only seen the Flash movie like 30 seconds at most, and that was at work when I was actually doing my job.
Wow,
it's definitely better than I expected going into it.
Yeah, I actually like the Flash movie on my first watch. So
it just fails in comparison to the DC animated version of the Flashpoint movie.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched that movie recently. I have my problems with it now. No, actually, I was watching the movie.
What? I can watch that movie again
both of them, but to be honest, I don't like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, people will glaze that movie, but that movie is like. And it was crazy. I was watching with somebody who had like no idea. Like if you watch that movie and just have no idea about comics in general, she was watching it the whole time. She was like, I can't follow what's happening in the plot. Like this plot keeps jumping all over the place. Like what's happening?
Because they give you no basis for these characters. They go into it, you have to know who these people are, or the changes don't mean shit.
Johnny Dome is saying
as a comic fan, it's a great film, but a regular person will not be able to watch that film.
No,
gotcha. They hate Jason Momoa, but want Amber to replace him. Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think they want Amber to replace Jason Momoa.
Yeah, they will want Jason to replace Amber.
I just gotta say this, audience. You know, like you guys could criticize a lot of the choices James Gunn has made in his DC lineup, but keep in mind, he casted Jason Momoa as a character that he should have been all along.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true. I don't think he should have been Lobo.
Over Aquaman?
He has a persona of it, the look of it, man. Come on.
He gets a big dude with Drake. That's like most people.
You don't think Jason Momoa could be the main man, bro?
Yeah, dude. I
I
remember
don't think he
my
has the voice
friend.
or that shit really cool though.
Dude, I remember one of my comic book shop workers, right, said that like when he went to go get a signing from Jason Momoa, like dude was playing like rock and roll music, heavy metal, this and that, and like, come on, dude, that's Lobo. Lobo, come on, it's perfect casting right there.
Well, you know what, Austin? He can prove it. He's gonna have to work his ass off to prove it to you in Supergirl. All right, last one.
Oh,
they hate Jason because as Lobo calling him a traitor. Oh, because he's working for. They're just petty. All right.
Did you expect the Snyderverse fan to really not be petty?
I guess so.
I wonder if he's about doing something. They wanted Amber to replace him as Lobo.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I was like, Amber Heard? They hate her. I mean, even Center Bros said they hate her.
Have a chick play Lobo?
No, I think you're saying if Snyder comes back, they wanted Amber to be the main person. But the way it was worded, it made it seem like they're replacing him as Lobo, which is just fucking crazy.
Okay. I was about to say, like, dude, if you guys wanted to make a female Lobo, there's his daughter. God dang it. Like, it's a Penguin situation all over again. So, all right.
I'm still mad about that. I haven't watched that show, but I don't care. I don't want to hear this bullshit that Batman doesn't have female villains. And then you change one into a female instead of using another female villain.
Wow.
I get it worked out, but damn, that doesn't fix the problem.
That just shows how
you basically just said, "Oh, I can't make a good female villain. I have to use a man."
That's just them admitting to themselves that our female lineup we don't have confidence in. Dang.
Well, that's it. I guess we should move on to the next topic.
Oh wait. Let's read the comment. I want Crush Lobo daughter. Yep, Crush is his daughter.
I know.
Oh man, the funny thing for me when it came to Crush, all right, in the comics was okay. Crush, she's here. She's Lobo's daughter. She likes guns. She likes causing mayhem. She likes her space bike. She likes making out with women. Okay, what exactly is the difference between Crush and her dad?
The genders are swapped. That's it.
Yeah. Other than that, they just kind of feel like the same character at that point.
I don't want to hear anyone saying they want Crush or anyone like that. After all the bullshit I heard when Kamala got casted, because Crush is a younger character than Kamala.
Ooh. Oh, wow. There you go. So, yeah. There's our thoughts on Crush and Kamala, audience. So, all right, then. I guess with that, we should probably move on to the next.
What a hell of a conversation. Huh?
Well, we got to have more conversations.
About hell?
About hell. We got to have conversation on hell.
Yeah. Well,
exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyways, we got a special little video the other day where we found out that we're getting more Hellava Boss, which is a show, by the way, that's on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
You can go watch it. That we're gonna get Hellava Boss on Prime Video as well, on Amazon Prime Video, alongside Hazbin Hotel, which is the picture you see right in front of you is a screen cap from the show. To the listener only audience, I'm not describing it. You're gonna have to figure it out yourself. Okay, have fun.
You can just look up Hellava Boss.
Yeah, look up Hellava Boss
or Hazbin Hotel.
And you'll get the idea.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, we got that in a cute little 3-minute animation between Charlie, the main character of Hazbin Hotel. She's pretty cool, and Blitz, the O is silent, from Hellava Boss, where they were telling us that we're gonna get the season of Hellava Boss, the next season of Hellava Boss on Prime Video first, and then we're gonna put it onto YouTube later. But guess what? On Prime Video, they're not censoring everything. So good to know that if you want to see all of that, go watch it on Amazon, I guess. Or if you're a baller, you can just pirate it. What?
Mhm.
I didn't say anything. Huh? What? Just kidding. But the thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if Austin's here right now because the picture's really big, is that we're finally gonna get we're gonna get the crossover between the two shows, and we're gonna finally be able to see all the Seven Sins together, because we got most of them in Hell of a Boss very recently, as of a few months ago, which is cool. But where the hell was Lucifer? I feel like Lucifer would have been a bit more sympathetic to the situation, I think, if he was there, but I cannot guarantee or deny anything. Yeah, but he wasn't there. His throne was empty. If I can remember, I think there might have been a rubber duck there, but I cannot guarantee anything because I don't remember. But we're finally getting that crossover. Yay!
Nice. Just based on the title alone, which Hell of a Boss, that just makes me want to see a crossover between this and Undercover Boss.
That would be interesting, to be honest with you. Maybe if Vivzy Pop sees this, which she probably won't. But Vivzy, if you see it, you know what to do for one of your shorts.
Oh my god, is that Busy Pop in the chat?
Shut up.
He literally stalks his own cat. He literally follows them home and stuff. He already does that basically.
Yeah, but I'm kind of curious for what the next season's gonna be about. Like what's we're gonna see for the next season of Hell of a Boss. Like we might finally get an episode just about Millie, because we have never had that before. Every time she's like a main focus, she always has to be with one of the other main characters. Which, keep in mind, I like Moxie. Hey. I don't mind. I just want a Millie focused episode for once. Seeing the short with her and her sister was so sweet.
People are asking for that for 2 seasons. You're not getting it, okay?
I know, but I want it so badly. Spoiler alert, we just found out that she's pregnant with her first child. I think that would be very interesting.
If only we lived in the world where we get everything we want, right? Which, you
know?
We're
never getting that. But we could try. But...
Yeah, I want to say, I tried one episode of Hazbin Hotel. It wasn't for me. But I saw the crossover trailer, and when people said they curse every sentence, and it wasn't Charlie, it was that other guy. That guy was.
It's way worse than Hell of a Boss. Yeah,
it was kind of irritating.
You know, I'm a person who does curse on a decent basis at times, you know. But I feel like sometimes there's too much cursing in both shows, and it kind of ruins certain lines of dialogue, in my opinion.
Don't tell Vivzy Pop, you'll get blocked.
I know, I don't tell Vivzy, don't say that.
It nulls it after a while, you know?
Yeah, and then another problem with the two shows is how their female characters are written. Even for Hazbin Hotel, they aren't written the best. That's all I gotta say on that. But I'm not gonna say much else on that. I'm not gonna say much else on that, but I did want to just bring that up because even though I like these two series, I do have problems with it. Like I do with everything.
I will say something about it. I want to say something about it because the fact that Luna and all of season 2 have less than 7 lines is insane to me. And most of those lines come from one episode she ran away. That she was a main character in season 1. And she had less than 10 lines in season 2. And she's there almost every episode.
Wow.
Yeah. And like going back, even Millie isn't even written the greatest. Like I don't care if Hell of a Boss is supposed to be the quote unquote boys show and Hazbin Hotel is supposed to be the quote unquote girls show.
Oh, the Barbies and the G.I.
Hell of a Boss is not the boys show once they start doing all that drama and shit. That's clearly for women.
Like still there's so much. And another example is how they write Stella, who I don't mind her being a villain. I just wish that she was a multi-faced villain, if that makes sense. She's just cartoonishly evil.
That's what everybody wanted. She's so one note for no reason.
Like you could have made her like a little bit more interesting. That's what I was expecting in the second season, but no, she's like, she's really like a one note, like cartoony villain.
They wrote her bad just to introduce her brother to be the villain, who's also bad.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, as an outside looking in on this promo, I remember watching. I was like, Yeah, I was gonna be like, yeah, this Charlie girl, maybe I didn't want to give her a chance. And then the other guy comes in, he's just like cursing every sentence, and I'm like, this is so irritating. This is so exhausting. I don't want to watch a whole show about this guy. And he's gonna be in the so I don't know if I want to watch this. For like every sentence, he was finding some way to curse, and it was like, Jesus Christ, bro, I get it. You're 13. Chill. So, but it was well animated. I think the crossover was all animated, and I did like the end where they shove all the characters in. I think that's good fan service. That was a good idea what they did, where they're just like no, we're gonna show you all the characters side by side, and we're gonna like shove them in the frame. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. So I like that. But yeah, I don't know. It both interested me and then immediately deflated me at the same time. So
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I brought with Hella Blunts. Which
I like both shows for their own ways. It's just like they aren't written the best.
But
yeah.
My problem with Hella Boss is more Hella Boss sucks you in. Both shows suck you in with a premise. Hella Boss is these imps who has a magic book. They go on missions to kill people. Like, say if you die and you went to hell, you can tell them, hey, yo, this guy killed me. I want this guy dead, and they'll kill him for you.
Yeah.
That's the premise you get sucked in on. And then once they start doing the drama of the love life of the main character, that's all the show has been for a season and a half. But the problem with that drama, for me personally, is that they try to go back and like retcon stuff when they do things, and it's like, oh, like so there's a splits. What's Stolas? They're the main lover of Blitz is named Stolas. Stolas, when you first meet him, is actively only using Blitz for sex in his own dialogue, his own words. And he actively tells him, if you want to use this book, you need to have sex. But later on, they act like that didn't happen. And he tries to gaslight Blitz the whole time about it. And then gets mad when Blitz gets mad about it.
And then also,
and stuff like that.
Keep in mind in the second season, when Stolas and Osmodeus like link up or whatever, and then like Fizz and Blitz like rekindle their friendship or whatever, Stolas gives Blitz the Osmodeus crystal so he doesn't have to use the book anymore, so they don't have to have sex all the time if they don't want to. But for some reason Blitz wasn't getting the hint and everything like that, and it was just like a whole thing. Like, their relationship is so messy, and for what?
Yeah.
But it's really messy, and that's putting it lightly.
Right.
Like, was
and
I
that
shocked
took over the show.
during
If
that
you don't
trial?
tell.
Also, Octavia, how she reacted with everything. Like, I mean, I get it. I would be pissed too.
The best part is she was right though. She actually tells him that, so what? You just stayed with me and been unhappy because of me, and that's exactly what he said in an earlier episode. And they act like he didn't say that.
I don't know. We'll have to see how this pans out in the future, but for right now, Octavia, you are completely right. I wish your mother was written better, and I hope this messiness ends. Like, Fizzarolli was in a lot of episodes this past season. Have you noticed that?
I think he had the best episode, and that's a shame.
Yeah, he had like the best arc out of everyone here so far. Like, he had like
the side character.
Arc. No, because they did the same shit in Hazbin Hotel with Angel Dust because he's Vizzy's favorite. So bada bing, bada boom, here we are.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's it. We're getting we're getting both shows on Prime, but don't worry, we're still getting Hellava Boss on YouTube just later.
There you go. So, all right then. I guess with that, we should move on, guys. So, all right, we're done the media news. Now we're going on to the comic news. Austin, you go ahead, announce this topic.
Yeah, I guess so. Marvel Rivals' popularity has no effect on comics. Says, what's the guy's name? Brevort?
Tom Brevort. Yeah.
Tom Brevort.
Yeah.
So apparently, a fan asked him, "What are we going? Are y'all going to do anything with Cloak and Dagger this year?" because they're super popular now because of Marvel Rivals. And he said, no, what? You thought?
I'm sorry.
Like
I could have sworn you said MCU for a second, but you said Marvel Rivals. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But he's like, yeah, the fans say it feels like they've never been more popular. They are right now thanks to Marvel Rivals. And he actually said, I tend to think the popularity of Marvel Rivals like has more to do with the play mechanic than it does with characters themselves. Let's just say that I haven't seen any major correlation between popularity in the game and a rise in interest in the characters in print outside of maybe 1 or 2 outliers. That 1 or 2 outliers, obviously, Luna Snow and Jeff the Shark.
Nah, he's spinning, bro. He that
Yeah, no
motherfucker
shit,
spins.
Jeff.
That motherfucker spin over there.
Man, I gotta say,
I
this
like
is
Jeff, but I wish they'll stop trying to gaslight people. Half the people that have love Jeff does not like Jeff in the comics. I need them to stop doing that shit. I don't need him from the, oh, my baby. You don't like that, nigga. You want to make him choose.
Audience, I'll say this. Jeff, the people who hate Jeff in the comics are Storm, and I do recall Emma Frost wanted to turn Jeff into her purse at one point. Yeah. So, hey, wow. Jeff has 2 mutants that hate him. I wonder why.
He's not as cute as Amazing Baby over here, who we got a cameo in Marvel Rivals.
There you go. But going by the news, like, dude, I would definitely want to see what your justification is for other books that are being greenlit, because I think we could all do with 1 less Spider book or 1 less X-Men book to make room for an outside factor like Marvel Rivals, building off of that,
Well, Marvel Rivals has a book.
It had a one-shot, I recall.
No, it had another one. They keep getting books.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I know a lot of people who would love a Cloak and Dagger book, or maybe to see Galactica.
Apparently, Cloak and Dagger is getting something in near future. Apparently, Cloak and Dagger is getting something near future, but it'll potentially we're getting something, but it probably won't be this year. But they do have a plan for Cloak and Dagger.
Well, you might as well ride the tidal wave of this, because I recall when Marvel. When their show was coming up, back when they had a Hulu series of their own, the best Marvel can do with Cloak and Dagger comics wise was just giving them a comic in a web series, but that was it. I'm like, wow. So they didn't even have enough confidence to give them their own printed book.
Dude, I'm so sad that show got canceled. I love that show so much. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I like it too.
I love Runaways.
That was just at a point in my MCU fandom phase where I'm like, okay, I can't just purchase another streaming service just to watch an MCU project, So I didn't get a chance to watch either Cloak and Dagger or Runaways because of that.
Well, keep in mind, I watched Runaways on Hulu because it was on Hulu, and my parents had Hulu. And then I watched Cloak and Dagger on cable because we still had cable as well at the time. So I was able to watch both of them just fine.
Gotcha.
I recorded it on my VCR.
I did hear good things about Runaways. Cloak and Dagger, though, I didn't hear much of it. So,
because there's only 1 season.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Runaway was great.
I just wish they were able to use scrolls so that we could have gotten a proper Zavin.
Gotcha. But yeah, going back to the Marvel Rivals topic, okay, it does kind of sound like one way or the other that Marvel Comics are banking on the success of Marvel Rivals with giving some one-shot comics based on Marvel Rivals. And keep in mind, we got a couple of variants out of that.
But that's what he's saying. He's saying, like, I'm not making a whole comic about it. One shots are different. One shots are like we could test the waters, but he can't make a whole. He's like, we're not making whole comic lines about a character you just like to play as in a game. Doesn't make any like monetary sense. Even the variant covers, like, okay, people like looking at these characters. I'll make a variant cover for it, but I'm not gonna make a whole like run about Cloak and Dagger because y'all like how you play as them in the game. That doesn't make any financial sense to me. I mean, that's what Marvel's thinking. So
Yep. So
I kind of agree. But then I have to ask, like, why'd you put certain people in here then, if not to get them more popular and get people used to them, like Lin Lai.
You mean why did
there
they?
you go.
Wait, I'm confused. Why did they put them in Marvel Rivals? You're asking?
Yeah, if not to like eventually like make money on them and stuff in the comics, why would you put them here? Cause why did you put Lin Lai over Daddy Rand if not to capitalize on him getting popular in the comics?
That's because, well, I mean, Lin Lai is a different situation because that's them.
Well, no, to be
planning
fair,
to-
I didn't get that he's Chinese
Yeah.
and it's a Chinese game. So.
Well, no. The other thing is they just want to slowly start planting the seeds of like Lin Lai being the Iron Fist to the public standpoint, you know. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, it sounds like Tom Brevoort really, yeah. This isn't the first time we've been making topics based on stuff on quotes he said. So hope he gives us more content. So yeah.
Apparently, editor Jordan D. White has been waiting for a chance to do something with Galacta, but apparently, like some editors are like, "Bro, because her connection to Galactus, no one wants to use her because they don't know to like." It's hard to use her, but also keep everything that Galactus has been through recently. It'll be hard to use his daughter and him and like both in a book without devaluing him in some way possible. Because she's nothing like him and not a threat in that sense. Unless they rework her hard.
Jeez, you would think like with Galactus's debut in the MCU coming up pretty soon that they want to do something Galactus in the comics.
Why would you think?
To be fair, we apparently are getting something, but they're holding it close to chest.
Okay. Because
we got a tease about something with Galactus.
Yeah, I
a while back.
It
wasn't anything I really talked about.
Yeah, audience, I just want to see Galactus in the comics be a badass again. Like most of the time I see him now, like he's really getting punked a lot of the times now, you know? Like, dang, you're supposed to be the end of the world sort of person, you know? Like, oh crap, it's Galactus. Yeah. A whole civilization will be wiped from existence just by him appearing on Earth, on the planet, you know? So, yeah. All right, then. You guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No.
All right.
What was the last thing Galactus even in?
Didn't Thor beat his ass or some shit last time I heard about him?
No, that was years ago. He's been back since then.
Okay.
The last time I saw him prominent was in what was that dance slot event with the Fantastic Four? The Reckoning War.
Oh yeah, that dumb.
He let dance slot icons
where the moon got destroyed and nothing happened.
Yeah. Audience, I could say, you know, I tend to keep a blind eye on a lot of bad stuff Dan Slott's done in comics because I've seen a lot of good stuff of him. But I could say that his use of Galactus during the Reckoning War, dude, yeah.
Wait. Galactus' apparently last appearance was he got sent to the Ultraman universe. And he was fucking shit up there. Apparently it's a pretty dope book. Yeah. Because Ultraman is owned by Marvel right now.
Yeah.
So he went over there for that last run they were doing. And he just got back to the 616.
Okay. Yeah, I knew Ultraman was having a book, but I didn't know he was fighting against Galactus. I mean, that sounds like a good concept. Ooh, the last time I saw Galactus as being a really big event level figure was actually when he got sent to the Ultimate Universe. Like, damn, and all the heroes of that world were really treating him like a threat, you know? Like, shit, how can we take down this guy, you know? So, yeah. All right, then, guys, you want to move on?
Sure.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
No, he did move on to another topic of mine, bro. This man has a lot of nerve.
Okay,
but,
I'll say
Predator versus the Marvel Universe.
No, it's not Predator versus. It's Predator kill the Marvel Universe. keep in mind they say
versus
audience. Keep in mind it says predator, as in one predator alone is enough to kill the Marvel universe. It doesn't say predators. So,
no, wait,
wow.
no. To be fair, no. Even when Predator versus Wolverine and Black Panther, they say predator, but there's multiple predators in the book.
Okay, I'll hold them up to that.
All I'm saying is one Arnold Schwarzenegger versus 100 Predators, bro.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, audience. This it kind of feels like Predator is just here to outdo what Marvel did with that Alien Marvel crossover. Where apparently the Xenomorphs alone were able to dominate the whole entity of Marvel universe. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Aliens who just have acid blood are enough to kill Omega level beings in the Marvel universe.
No, to be fair, they could have did something cool with that. We talked about this when we reviewed it. Where because aliens take on the aspects of things they impregnate and kill, you could have had literally Omega level aliens going around. And all the other crazy shit.
Dude,
instead, it could have basically the Brood in a more brutal way. Yeah. But y'all basically just said regular aliens just overran the planet somehow.
Austin, I think that's what they were hoping to do when they originally got the green light to make a Alien and Avengers crossover, right? But maybe there were some IP issues with having to make
there's no IP issues. They own it. There's no IP issues. They own it.
Okay, then there's no excuse.
But Marvel got the actual rights for Predator and Alien when they bought Fox. When Disney bought Fox, they owned the full comic lines, everything about them. So there was just a writer being an ass.
Wow. So that sounded like such an easy concept to do in that case, Like, come on. You could have seen a gamified alien. You could have seen a Sentry alien, a Wolverine alien. I mean, come on. You've seen so many symbiotic variations of heroes. Why not see a xenomorphic variation of them?
I don't want that.
My question comes from: will this be a sequel to the already versus books that we have? Because if this is just the race of predators after learning so much about the heroes from these different encounters and stuff, attacking the planet, because people don't know the Predator books are in canon, but also not in canon. So they inspire events, but they don't really affect anything in the same way.
It sounds more like the writer. It sounds more like the writer of those books are writing it with the idea that this is canon to the Marvel universe.
Everyone knows if we reference it again, it's canon. If we don't, don't worry about it.
Yep. So far, they stated.
It depends on how this book is.
Let's see. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. But if you're telling me that this is going to be the sequel to those versus books that Predator has been in that case, you're telling me that Predator isn't actually going to be there killing the Marvel universe, because there's no way you can have that happen in canon, So,
To be fair, I think it's going to be something like it depends, because I guess you can't, huh? I'm going to say it could be like some simulation thing. I them trying to figure out how the best way to hunt the heroes. So they're killing them without really killing them before they attack.
Yeah.
But I don't know how far a writer will go with that, to be honest. So it might just be its own universe thing.
Yeah. I think it will be much more easier if you do keep it as a self-contained book, So, yeah, it's coming. Did they announce who's going to be writing this, Austin?
Benjamin Percy. Who is this?
Wait, that's the guy who's been writing the Versus book.
He's writing the Hellava book.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was writing at least one of the Versus Predators books.
I'm looking it up
right now. He's going to be at Uncanny this year. So if you're onto the Uncanny experience, bring your
He did Deadpool. He did the Deadpool Wolverine book that got canceled. The Red Hulk book that's going on right now. Predator versus Spider-Man. He did Wolverine, Sabretooth. Don't Talk. Whatever that book was called. He had a lot. He had like a few. He had a Dark Maul book. He got a few things to his name.
Yeah,
It's all modern stuff though.
Yeah, he sounds like he's a
Wolverine, like Witch said.
So.
Oh, he did do Black Panther. He did some incredible. He did some Incredible Hulk. Moon Knight. He got a lot of stuff to his name. Never mind. He's an experienced writer.
Yeah, he's a solid writer. It sounds, or he's a consistent writer. It sounds like it. So yeah. Yeah. Benjamin Percy writing Predator kills the Marvel Universe audience. I guess we might as well just talk about the first issue when it comes out. See how it goes. So, all right. You guys good? Ready to move on to next? We hear you now. Were you saying something, Maria?
Oh, I was saying, with all the stuff he's written, and based on the Spider-Man versus Predator right now, that one issue, I have complete faith in the man to deliver a bloody crazy mess when Predator shows up.
Save that content for tomorrow.
What hero do you think is getting skinned?
Lizard. Sorry, you said hero. Well, Wolverine.
Well, it says Marvel Universe, so I guess Lizard count.
No, let it be Beast.
Yeah.
You want another visual of someone wearing Beast's skin?
Okay. I will admit Deadpool already did that in his Kill the Marvel Universe book. So who else could he skin? That will be fun to look at.
Sasquatch.
Okay.
Skin that motherfucker.
Okay, someone who isn't a furry, which let's think.
I would say skin the Hulk and they just walk around a huge Hulk skin.
Wow.
He's not a furry. He's just a pedophile.
There's no way you're gonna have Predator walk around with a Canadian flag style suit, yeah.
The Rhino.
Okay.
Well, wait. That'd be saving a Rhino though. That would be helpful. He just wants to get out of his suit anyway.
Okay.
No. Sabretooth. There you go.
Okay. On technicality, I mean, yeah, he is hairy, but not furry level hairy. So, okay.
It's all fun and games. So he shows up wearing Kurt.
No, leave my porn alone. Leave my horny Catholic blue elf alone.
He's not Catholic anymore, which the times. He started his own religion. You cannot.
Yeah, I know he started his own religion, but for this, not everyone knows that.
Yeah. You can't.
He's back to being Catholic now. It doesn't matter. That religion's gone.
Oh, okay. So he comes crawling back. All right. See how it is with Kirk.
Well, God takes all people with open arms.
God with a capital G.
God with a capital G.
Okay. Prove your loyalty, Kirk. Prove your loyalty.
He did.
Okay. So
they may waver, but all are welcome in the kingdom of heaven.
He can't keep his bowels, bro. I don't want to hear that. The horniest person of all. This man goes after a woman he knows is married because her powers let her feel his emotions, which makes her like him, which is bad.
Listen. Jesus wept. He's forgiven.
There you go.
That's the R word with extra steps.
Here's one cool skin I can think Predator doing. Have him skin Iron Man.
I thought about it, but I was like, that'd be boring because it's just a metal. He probably has his helmet or something.
No.
That'd be kind of funny. He walks around. He has like a fake Tony Stark mustache on. That'd be kind of funny.
Nah, here's what you do. You have Predator actually trying to skin Iron Man with his blade or knife or whatever, and he doesn't realize it was armor. He's like, oh, there's red. Okay, there you go. So continue with the skinning. Like, damn, dude, dang. So, all right, the sky's the limit is what we're trying to get at, audience. So, tell us who you would think will make the funnest version of Predator skinning someone in Marvel. You know. So,
I still going to push for my pitch: Predator versus Ben Tennyson. Fucking funny.
Oh wow!
I kind of wish they did Predator with the Fantastic Four, just to see how they would do it. Because I know they'll have to do the Fantastic Four like explore his homeland. I kind of want to see that stuff. I think that'd be interesting.
Gotcha.
You just do Predators like Predator 3 with the Fantastic Four. There you
go. Yeah, that'd be absolutely
mm-hmm.
They crash land on the Predator homeworld, gets hunted by the race.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So, alrighty then, guys. I think with that, we should probably move on to the next book. So, let's move on.
It's me again. That's
y'all
right, everyone. So this is the only picture we have for some stupid reason. I don't know why they didn't do the cover first. That's ridiculous.
But Austin, I think this is the first time where like literally all the comic news topics are your topics, dude. I just noticed that.
We forgot some of my topics last week, and I didn't even think about it until this week.
Y'all trying to get me COVID with these topics, bro. What's we doing back here again, bro? Talk to me.
I don't think Marvel COVID unless he already has COVID.
At very least, you know for a fact that he can't cure you, Dick. He just won't do it. And so Marvel Comics is doing a crossover with Dynamite Studios. Is it Dynamite Studios?
Yeah.
It's Dynamite something. But the point is, Fantastic Four / Gargoyles from Disney.
That is such a weird combination.
Not as weird.
It kind of depends. Gargoyles were already like, wasn't one of them a scientist?
I was asking, did they have a scientist on their team? I can't remember.
Yeah, Gargoyle, that little gargoyle, that green one.
Okay.
He basically served as the brains of the team.
How could he be a scientist? They're like from thousands of years ago. What was he? What science he got? Like he's the magic guy?
He was right. Old science. It's still about science. Damn.
He ain't gonna be useful. What's up,
Jake? He was a fast learner. Think of it that way, all right?
Oh, so he just read a book. He read Einstein's theory of relativity. He's like, I got you. I understand.
Yeah. I'm more interested in seeing how the thing relates to people that can get as hard as him but can't move. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Oh, he's like, so apparently I didn't have it.
I think they did this because I saw another article today. I was going to bring up earlier, but it was while Witch was talking, so I waited. But apparently, they're still doing the live action Gargoyles as well, and something else.
They will rise again.
Gargoyles apparently getting a lot of content recently. I mean,
yeah. Are they having like an anniversary or something? I'm a little confused.
Well,
I do not know.
Look at it this way, which like they recently brought back the Gargoyles comic line, but this is basically kind of like the season 6.
There's 2 comic lines. They have 2 at the same time right now.
Yeah. But the other one is a prequel, Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
they'll change the show too.
Yeah, and they did have a one shot of their dog, I recall. I saw that in my comic shop.
A dog?
So, you know what's crazy? Like
they have a gargoyle dog.
Gargoyles is a live action movie should be the easiest layup of all fucking time because it is so simple.
No, definitely got the villain. The villain's too nuanced.
That's fair. That's fair. But like, bro, like he's like the only hard part. Everything else is just so simple. Like it's just like Gargoyles for the past and modern day. You bring back. You know what the first villain could be the evil gargoyle chick. It was like no Goliath. I hate the humans.
Demon.
Yeah. Just like I hate the humans. We gotta be. You can do that one. That's simple. You'll have to do Zatato?
I think Gargoyles might be too sophisticated for today's properties, you know?
It would only be that one villain. If they could adapt that one villain, I'm sure they'd be fine. If they could adapt that one guy. Because he was just such a good villain, bro.
Oh yeah. He was the Lex Luthor of the Gargoyles universe.
He was like he had like layers. He had like real layers to him, bro. It was
really cool. You know, funny thing about him, Jake, is that there was one episode that revealed that he was a self-made man. He got his he grew up poor, the son of a fisherman, and apparently he got lucky because one day somebody sent him an anonymous note with a 14th century coin in it, and that was worth like enough money for him to start an investment that eventually caused him to gain his empire, right? Then later on in the series, you find out that he went back in time to
I know it. I was
make
saying
that
that's more
happen.
villains
I'm about to
himself.
say
There's no way
that
they
sounds
do
like
anything.
a bunch of
Yeah,
bullshit in a minute.
he went back. He went back in time. He got some pennies from that era, and then he was part of this Illuminati cult or whatever. And he gave them instructions to send this money to this address in 1,000 years. You know, so damn.
But what was the
We
original
had a
time?
morning
Isn't he
big
like the?
lie, but somehow we had this X for 100 years and we're told to bring it here. Here you go. Ain't nobody doing this shit.
But here's. Oh wait, I vaguely remember that episode. But you know what? Here's my problem because isn't he instrumental in the Gargoyles coming back in the modern day?
Yes.
Isn't he like?
Yes.
So like, how
Oh,
did that happen the first time, or did he? How
look,
did?
Jake,
People
Jake,
never think about how close groups are dumb, bro. They don't care.
Yeah,
Right.
Jake, like this is a testament to how much money this guy has. Because in order for the gargoyles to be released from their eternal stone statue forms, right? The stipulation was that the castle that they guard must be above the clouds in order for that to happen. So what does that bad guy do? He spends a fortune to deconstruct that castle and have that be built on his empire, basically his Empire State Building.
Yeah. So I
now-
like the only reason, the only way this time travel story works is if the Gargoyles didn't exist originally, like they just couldn't happen. So he went back in time so he could get the money he needed at a reasonable pace to make it work. That's like the only way this story still works with this time travel shit.
And hey, the ending of that episode was pretty poetic because remember, his father was there to be with his son on his wedding day. Only for his father to find out, yeah, this was all a sham, so he could do his time travel shenanigans. So what does his father do at the end? He
Kills
gives him
himself.
a penny. Nope, he gives him a penny. His son is like, "What's this?" And his father's saying, "A simple American penny. It's not worth much now, but in 1,000 years, who knows? It is my wedding gifts to you, son, because that's all you seem to care about." Like,
Well,
damn.
fuck you, Dad. Fuck your shit.
He's jealous. Hit or mad. If I never would have did that shit, I'd have like, all right, well, my descendant is gonna be rich off this shit. Congratulations.
What? Yeah, let's see him make a fortune out of that one penny.
No, you know what I would have done? You know what I would have done? I would have made a letter to my descendant back in time, made it my family's mission to keep procreating thousands of years in the future, and then tell my child, when you get this penny and invest, go back in time and meet me on my wedding day to say fuck you.
Yeah, basically, that's basically what I did too. The moment the dad gave it to him, I want the kid to come out and sacrifice him and say, nah, here's your action. But we do not know the villain for this book. I assume it's going to be the guy we just talked about because he Fast Four used to deal with smarter villains and stuff. I kind of see that guy interacting with Doom. I think it'll be kind of funny because he kind of reminds me of the good version of Doom that was in that book that Doom destroyed the universe because he called his outfit bad.
Doom without the
pettiness.
pettiness. Yeah, Doom with no spite in his heart. Just a normal guy.
Yeah, so like I just love the idea that he meets this suave, this regular version of a guy he could have been and just gets mad about it. I think it's kind of funny.
Okay, his name is Xanatos, audience.
Yeah, I knew it was Xanatos.
Yeah, Jake said it earlier, but I ain't
why could he have a simple name? It was like I know it was a complex.
There's a
name,
character who's named after the character from A Midsummer Night's Dream, dude. You'll live.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get it. His first name is David, and his last name is Xanatos, and his arch rival is Goliath.
Yeah,
okay.
You see, now you're caught. Now you get it. All right.
Okay,
I didn't.
Okay.
But you get it. Well, this time Goliath is the one who has stones. You get it? So you can't just throw a rock at him and win.
Yeah, he tried. So he made a metal suit and he threw that at him, but it didn't work either.
Yep. But yeah. Oh man. So let's get back to the actual topic. So Gargoyles and Fantastic Four crossover. So yeah.
The art looks good, and we don't know the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a villain you want to see in this? Other than him?
I would love to see a crossover between Xanatos and Doctor Doom. It seems like they will have a lot to talk about. Who else would I want to see in this crossover? You see,
I want to see Puppet Master.
Oh,
I think Puppet Master controlling the One either the I almost said the Goliaths, the Gargoyles, or Vance 4 could be interesting in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens. I don't know. I think you can write a lot of stuff with Puppet Master in general.
Is this like which Fantastic Four? Is this early Fantastic Four, or is this like we've been in the game? Well,
No,
It's supposed to be more.
Yeah, standard Fantastic Four.
So like things still upset about his appearance and shit.
No, he hasn't been
Yes,
set by his
yes.
parents in years.
Okay, so that's okay. So that's what we got. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. Okay, because if
And
it's like things upset that you could have whatever her name is, and then she could be the
And-
villain for that one. But
Yeah, an
Sure,
audience in recent issues of the Fantastic Four thing better not be holding that against Reed Richards in the coming years.
And not recent. I found a picture for him from the 90s where Reed straight up says, I can cure you. Do you want to? He says no, so fuck him. All right, that's just done. He actually told Reed no because y'all need me and I don't want to feel useless and all that. So the world still needs the thing.
Yeah.
He said no. So fuck you, Ben, if you want to start crying about shit later. I do not care. I saw the panel and I can find that shit again.
I caught you in 4K.
Austin.
I think Big is like complaining to Reed, like, why didn't you cure me? And then you pull up a picture, you're like, this you?
Austin, remember that
Yeah.
video you sent me on TikTok? My friend sent me the
Yeah.
actual panels that they might have been referring to. So if you want me to send you that, I can send you that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I'll send it later.
You rise again.
Gotcha. But all right then. Guys, have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No, this hand is really big though.
I feel like Ben Grimm's gonna be the main character of the story somehow. But I'm just,
I do too.
He's got yowie hands.
Hey, he needs to show the gargoyles that you have heart within the stone. You know.
they're not ashamed of being gargoyles. They actually think
I
humans
think
are
it's
just.
more going to be about human acceptance because that was a big thing I remember. They think humans would accept them and all the other stuff, but they accept the thing. They said fast forward, they got powers and shit.
Yeah, the gargoyles. The gargoyles themselves are not ashamed of what they are. They're more like angry at what humans are. So,
I'm pretty sure that comic that revived the gargoyles that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, gargoyles are now a class of people that live in the city now. So openly.
okay.
I don't know how it works, but okay.
I blame Jake Paul usually.
I wouldn't want them to be open because the gargoyles' biggest weakness is like during the day they're stone statues, and I'm like, bro, like it just takes one person knowing where you live, bro. It takes the wrong person knowing where you live.
I just love the idea that someone just pushes one off and the
right, like,
dies.
then you just win. You just win, like, bro. Like I would never want humanity to know that I'm alive, bro. That should be terrifying. If I'm a gargoyle.
Yeah, but all right then. So. All right, guys. I guess with that, we probably should move on to the next. So, another Austin topic. So
The last Austin topic.
How many times we got left, bro?
This is the last one.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay, because when I came again, I couldn't see the topics anymore. So I had no idea. I was about to say, bro, I might have like 4 more topics for all I know. That would be terrifying. But it's funny that dude said Marvel Rivals isn't making us do anything. Because Doom 2099 is coming back to modern day because of the post one world under Doom to fight Doom.
Oh my God!
I just love the idea. He's like, bro, how did you fuck this up?
It was a clear-cut W, and you still fucked it up, bro. What I do here?
Dude, this will make any achievement of Doom in the future look that much more weaker because you're telling me this is the pinnacle of your success as a character, Doom. You'll never achieve this much more success in your entire life, and yet you still fucked it up. You are giving such.
To be fair, they keep teasing that he's supposed to take over the 2099 universe. They just don't do the book. Like I don't know what's going on. They did a whole 2099 conquest event where he was going to take over the world, and they just didn't do it. So I don't know what happened.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing that like people in the future want to come back and defeat Doom. Even his own Avengers team came back in time to want to beat up Doom, and now even himself wants to come back in time and beat up Doom. Like,
I mean,
damn.
I also want to beat up Doom, so he's not the only one.
Yeah. What could you have done to possibly fuck up the world future, Doom? Yeah.
This is called Doom 2099. It's Doomed 2099. It will bring the multiverse most famous and mysterious Doctor Doom to the present to confront his classic counterpart. His journey will send shockwave through the time stream.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Wait, this is supposed to...
What?
Wait, Doom 2099 is mysterious? I thought that was Victor all along.
In the sense that we don't know a lot about what he does in 2099.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Like, we don't know why Doom came. We don't know why he got different armor. Like, he's just there being an asshole.
It's an upgraded armor, man. What can you say,
His journey will send shockwave through the time stream, igniting a multiversal conflict as a center. Well, I don't know this fucking word. I'm not even gonna lie. A group of future heroes assembled to prevent Marvel's greatest villain from gaining more power. But apparently, he's going to be, when Doom comes back, the people chasing this future Doom as he tries to fight himself is Old Man Logan, Rachel Summers, who is the Phoenix. Apparently, the Phoenix itself, another Phoenix. Bishop, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Maestro, and Deathlock.
Okay, pause for a goddamn moment. Pause. Okay, pause. The last time we saw Old Man Logan was when he was in Weapon X-Men, and he decided that him and that book's Phoenix were just gonna chillax in a different universe and start anew. What the fuck is this bullshit that you're telling me?
Apparently, Doom fucked him up. So now him and that same Phoenix have to come back and fight him.
Yeah, which it sounds more like this is 616 Wolverine who's from the future.
Regardless, what the fuck is this bullshit, man?
So I'm just saying, dude, you got some pretty heavy hitters coming back to kick your ass, man, including yourself. Damn.
Why Rachel Summers though?
He fucked over mutants. Maybe Dr. Doom said a mutant slur. I don't know.
He called one of the mutants.
There's not Rachel Summers as the Phoenix. It's Rachel Summers herself, and then another person who's the Phoenix. Or just the Phoenix for itself as a separate thing.
Or you can say as that there are just two different Phoenixes that are coming back to whoop Doom's ass in this situation. Damn.
It's just funny because even she's not even from this universe. She's from a whole different timeline.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Look forward to that, audience, Oh, no. Here's how you make this even more insult to injury, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, that's not Victor in that Doom 2999 armor.
I swear, it better be Victor Von Doom. They better take off that ass mask, and it better be.
No, Victor. We know the future Doom is Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like the twist could be it's Valeria.
Oh,
dang.
That's not a twist.
Yeah, someone who admires Doom wants to come back in time and beat the crap out of him.
No, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Did you have the masquerade as Dr. Doom? It'll be the same thing. You get mad about Taskmaster. Why you wearing the man suit instead of her own version of her own version of the suit?
No, I'm pretty sure like there were some futures where Valeria was wearing the Dr.
Yeah, there's some future where she's Doom, but she still has a female suit as Doom.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, here we don't really see much of Doom 2099's body, just the mask, really.
Yes, you do. We know what he looks like. We already seen the cover.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see the full body cover, so all right.
I'm going to bite you. But according to this, actually, the order of events is the team that we just mentioned. Doom's going to do something. The team we just mentioned is going to come back to fight him, and then Doom 2099 is coming back as well to fight both, and he's going to have his own friends apparently.
Oh dang!
The last time we left Doom 2099, he crippled Reed and had Reed Richards thinking he was Doom. He fractured his mind. He got rid of Fantastic Four plus Valeria and Franklin. We don't know if they're dead, but they were gone. The future Fantastic Four was like that fake team. Remember the like Fantastics, like the SEIX people, and like people with powers like that for the Fantastic Four in 2099.
Mm-hmm.
But so I kind of hope we get a follow up with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I get it like you say Valerian, it can really be Reed. Reed really does think he's Doom in the future.
No, because in Earth X, guess what happened?
Stop bringing up Earth X. We know he became Doom when everyone died.
Not everyone dies.
His wife died, and then Doom died, and he became Doom. Okay.
The reason he thinks that. The reason he thinks that is because in Ultimate Avengers, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of feels like it's like, all right, well.
I want to see the point after this event where you see Valeria just does she still respect Doom after what he did in this event? Can she look at her idol the same way?
Fair, he didn't do anything technically that bad. He talked to the leaders of the world, said, "Hey, yo, I'll be a good king." And they said, "Damn, he kind of forbidden," and they gave up.
Like pussy.
Okay.
Out of all the dumb shit he done did, I feel like this is the weirdest one to lose faith in him about. The one he gives people free healthcare and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You like free healthcare.
I want Doom to just it just ends with Doom crashing out. He's just like, bro, I tried, bro. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like I legit tried to save the world, and y'all treat me like this. Fuck you.
But
he's like, this is why I live my own secluded nation. I rule my own secluded nation. Fuck you guys.
No, he's gonna have to.
I'm kind of mad they missed the chance to bring back Miguel from the future.
Nah. Wait, why would he?
He was the main character in the last Doom event, with Doom 29 event. And he was going back to he had to get back to the future, try to fight him. And then, like, we didn't get anything else for that event. So, like, damn, he could at least have been here.
Yep, true.
And his one job is coming back from this specific future. And he just didn't do it. That's the only thing he does.
There's somebody else out there who has a neck that needs to be bitten, Austin. You think about that?
Who?
Oh. Somebody in the future.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Which?
Hi.
Okay. So
you know who I want to see since we're bringing back 2099 stuff? Give me back.
You better not say that North Star.
I was gonna just say the 2099 X-Men. Okay, that's all I was gonna say.
Yes, of course.
I don't believe you.
But I guess in the end, we can say
Bring
it doesn't
North
matter.
Star.
Ruin the whole flow of the end outro. But there you go.
Yeah.
We'll
exactly,
see.
that's what I'm here for.
We'll see you guys.
It's a potential tism in my brain that's telling me say it.
We'll see you guys tomorrow as we talk about the comic news. We'll be talking about our usuals. We'll be talking about our usual comic reviews. I'm sorry. We'll talk about our usuals. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Go to bed.
We'll see you tomorrow.